Narcissistic parents told my golden child brother that he could take my house and I could just live in a camper because I'm single and he has a wife and kids. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. After being homeless for 2 years, sleeping in parking lots, showering at truck stops, I finally saved enough to buy my own place. A small 3-bedroom house, nothing fancy, but it was mine. The irony wasn't lost on me. When I was homeless, begging them to let me park my camper in their driveway for just a few weeks, they called it an eyesore and told me to figure it out myself. My brother Dan actually laughed, calling me a homeless bum, while his wife took pictures to mock me on social media. Now here they were, all 4 of them plus Dan's pregnant wife, showing up at my door unannounced. They didn't even have my address. I never gave it to them. They must have followed me from work or something equally creepy. The moment I opened the door, they pushed past me like they owned the place. Dan's wife immediately started taking pictures again, but this time with dollar signs in her eyes. My parents were walking through my house like real estate agents, pointing at rooms, measuring spaces with their eyes, discussing which kid would get which bedroom. "This is way too much space for just you," my mom declared, running her fingers along my kitchen counters. "It's wasteful." My dad was already outside, circling my property. "Good lot size, close to Dan's work too. This'll save us money on gas." That's when Dan pulled me aside into what used to be my peaceful living room. His wife and kids had already made themselves comfortable on my couch, feet up on my coffee table, tracking mud across my carpet. "Look, this is simple," Dan said, not even looking me in the eye. "You don't need all this space. We're moving in next weekend. You can live in that camper out back. No discussion, no asking, no would you consider or we'd really appreciate. Just informing me like I was a tenant getting evicted. The kids need stability," he continued. "Olivia's pregnant again. We can't keep cramming everyone into mom and dad's place." I actually laughed. "Absolutely not." That's when my mom marched back in from inspecting my bedrooms. "Daniel has 4 kids and another on the way. You're being selfish, living in all this space alone." My dad nodded from the doorway. "It's time you helped family instead of just thinking about yourself. We raised you better than this." The audacity was breathtaking. These were the same people who wouldn't let me park in their driveway when I was literally homeless. Now they wanted to kick me out of my own house? I pulled out my phone and started recording. "Let me get this straight. You want me to give up the house I bought with my own money, that I'm paying the mortgage on, so you can live here for free?" "We're not asking," Dan said, stepping closer like he was trying to intimidate me. "We're telling you, family comes first. You owe us after everything we've done for you." "Everything you've done for me?" I almost choked. "You literally called me a homeless bum and refused to help when I was living in my truck. That was different," my mom snapped. "You were irresponsible back then. Now, you need to step up and do the right thing." Dan's wife finally spoke up from my couch. "Besides, it's not like you need 3 bedrooms. What are you gonna do? Fill them with imaginary girlfriends?" She cackled at her own joke while my parents smirked. That's when something inside me snapped. The same people who mocked my lowest moment were now trying to steal my greatest achievement. I smiled and said, "You're absolutely right. Family does come first. That's why I'm calling my real family, the police, to remove the trespassers from my property." Their faces went white as I dialed 911. "Hi, I need officers to remove people who are refusing to leave my home. They're making threats and won't leave when asked." Dan started backpedaling. Wait, you don't need to call the cops. We're just talking." "Hi, yes. I have several adults who forced their way into my home and are now demanding I give them my house. They're refusing to leave." They scrambled for the door so fast, my brother actually tripped over the coffee table his kids had been using as a footrest. His wife was screaming something about me being ungrateful while trying to gather their kids. My dad stopped at the door and pointed at me. "You'll regret this. Family is all you have." "You're right," I called after him. "Good thing I know who my real family is now." The best part? My security cameras caught everything. Later that night, I edited together a highlight reel of them inspecting my house like they owned it. Their shocked faces when I called the police, and Dan face planting over my furniture. Best money I ever spent on that security system was watching them run.